Alright, here we go, my man. Hold on, let me get to you. Here we go. So we're just starting off real quick. There are 4 upper body fundamentals we're going to want to work with. One will be the ball location. So immediately off your drop back, your step back, whatever you want to call it, within those first 2 steps, and go into like your 3rd step, it might even be a 5-step depending on what you're doing, but within those first 2 steps, we want to get the ball. If you're right-handed, if I remember right, I'm pretty sure you're right-handed, so we're going to want that ball anywhere in the right pec area. Alright? Not too high, not too low, can be under the chin, but somewhere in that right pec area that feels comfortable for you. Alright? Once again, this is just Tom Brady real quick. We're just going to go through this real quick. Second would be the shoulder turn. Notice how he's keeping his shoulders parallel with the ground. They're balanced. They're not pointing up. They're not pointing down. Same with the back shoulder. But we want that shoulder turn to rotate. This is where you're going to produce all your torque. What you're doing is you're taking that lead shoulder, which if you're right-handed, is going to be your left shoulder. And we're going to rotate that baby until we get center, until you have that shoulder leading center of your target that you want to throw to, or if you're leading your target center of the area that you want to throw to, okay? So when we get that baby pointed center target wherever you want to go, that's your pull trigger, all right? So what we're doing is we're rotating this hips, all this body right now, so this is going to save your arm strength. It's like being a baseball player again. Remember, you're a batter, not a pitcher. So you want to keep your upper body mechanics compact, not elongated like a pitcher. Like you're up to bat, 70% of your weight's going to be on your back foot, 30% on your front foot, and we're swinging all that torque till your lead shoulder center of the target. 3rd step, this is the big one. This is elbow location. This is what I'll show you in a minute about your photos. But here, this is with the shoulder turn. Remember, he's now starting to pull the trigger. He's falling through. Notice how his shoulders are still parallel. They're not pointing up too high. They're not pointing up too low. They're not pointing down too low. But here, the elbow location, you got to keep this elbow parallel with the ground, and you want to come over the top. All right? When you start dropping it, we can go into details when I see you, or if you chicken wing it going up too high, we can explain why that's going to mess up your velocity, the torque you're getting, and your accuracy. Step 4, simple. It's your follow through. A good way to imagine this is like take your favorite basketball player. It could be like Steph Curry or whoever's a great jump shot, Allen Iverson, whoever it is. They all have that follow through stroke. All right, it's the same thing with being a quarterback. All right, notice how once again his shoulders are parallel with the ground, not too high, not too low. But this follow through, it's open to end motion. All right. That right index finger is going to be the last ball that comes off. The last fingertip that comes off the ball, all right? This follow through is important to have down because this helps you perform in bad weather conditions like high winds, rainy days. With that index finger being the right finger off the ball, this is what's producing your spiral, if it's tight or not. What you want it to do is have an open end motion coming across, and you're taking that right index finger, and as it's the last finger coming off the ball, we're taking it to open end motion towards your left pocket. Alright, there'll be drills that you can do to where after you throw, you're just going to end up holding your follow through to get used to it. Alright, but the 4 fundamentals we want to focus on is ball location, anywhere in the right upper pec, not too high, not too low, somewhere around the chin, anywhere that's comfortable for you. Step 2, your shoulder turn. You want to get that. This is what's producing your torque, so you're not just using all arms. Alright? Get that lead shoulder, which would be your left shoulder, center target wherever you want to go. Step 3, big one, elbow location. We want to keep that elbow parallel with the shoulder, still parallel with the ground. We want to come over the top. And then finally, step 4, the follow through. Alright, here we go. I'm going to start here with you real quick. There you are, Mr. Braxton Berrios, soon to be. And then you got Baker Mayfield to the right. Go ahead and look to your left. My bad, this is the best quality I could get from the video. We'll get better ones. But if you notice, right here, you're in your wind-up, you're about to pull the trigger. One will start with the shoulders. Your left shoulder is pointing up too high. Your back right shoulder is coming down at a 45-degree angle, which is making your elbow location, it's down too low. That's where we need to pull that baby up to right here, Baker Mayfield. Looks just like Drew Brees, how this is perfectly parallel and how he's coming over the top. That's where we're going to need to work on with you, is because your lead shoulder's pointing up too high, your back shoulder's pointing too down low, which is forcing your elbow to drop below where you want it to be, where we need to get this up here. You want this looking like a 90-degree angle, and we want this to come over more at the top. Other things noticing from here, be a little more of the lower body mechanics. But you're already got your weight pretty much already pushed forward before you're even coming through with the ball. Your cleats are dug into the ground. That's good. Just remember, as you're rotating your upper body to get that lead shoulder as the center target where you want to go before you pull it, right as you pull it, it's going to be like how you play baseball and you're up to bat, how you step that, how you got 70% of your weight on your back foot and 30 on the front. Right as you're swinging through, you're going to want to do a 2 to 3 inches, no more than 4 inches step out with the left foot slightly to the left of your target. What that's going to do is that's going to open up room for when you're coming through with all this torque. So it's like twisting a rubber band and then releasing it. Boom, all that torque comes out of it. All right, or a golf swing or a baseball player. He's loaded up, he's coming across, he's using all the torque from his hips and his core. All right. But in this photo right here, you already got majority of your weight's already shifted over to the front. And this is where step 4, the final one, the follow through. Going back to the follow through, you don't want to rush the follow through to the open to end close with your index finger being the last finger off the ball and falling through to your left pocket. You're going to want to have that come natural, because if you start forcing the follow through and coming in too fast, it's going to make you do this, and you're going to shift your weight too fast forward, and then we're going to lose all this torque projection. But right here, you're loaded up, and majority of your weight's already pushed to your front, and we want to get this more sunk. You want to be more balanced right here. You want to be more no more than shoulder width apart with this. Let's see what else we got for you. Another photo for you, another throw you're doing at this camp. Again, if you can notice right here, your elbow, you got your weight. I mean, this one, your weight's transferring a lot better. You can probably feel it through your hips with your back foot coming through. You're planting through. You can see the weight shifting over. Here, your shoulders are almost parallel, but that throwing shoulder has dropped down, which is making your elbow not parallel with the ground. This is where we're going to want this to go back to look like Baker Mayfield. You want it pretty much at a 90-degree angle, and we're coming over the top. But for now, that's all I've got so far with you. I mean, you can even see in this photo here, photo of you to the left, how that shoulder is, I mean, right again, look, we're at like a 45-degree up. That's making your lead shoulder point too high, your back shoulder's too down. But again, I mean, when we get up in person, we can slowly start going over this, or if I get more film and photo. But this is just a brief, fast breakdown for you, my man. But we can start working on this. I think we're going to get up on Friday with a couple of the guys. You can bring out one of your receivers, or we'll have one for you. Well, that's the 4 keys, fundamentals of the upper body that we'll start working with. And then what we'll do is during warm-ups, you can go with the other quarterback. And since he's good on that, and we'll just high speed, high track you on the lower body at the same time. But we'll focus on your upper body first, even though I prefer to do lower body first. But we'll get your upper body, since I'm working with the other quarterback right now, soon to be with the upper body. But there you go, man. Sorry that I couldn't get. I broke down a couple of your films. This is like the best couple of angle shots I could get. But we'll take some film on Friday or whenever we can get out with you, or I'll see you at the camp this weekend.